Okay, so here we are for the battle against 𝗭𝗏, and she doesn't bring the rain. That was somewhat expected. She does bring the Walking Wake, the 𝗭𝗏𝗄𝗣𝗏, which is Terra Water, the 𝗭𝗏𝗄𝗏, 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏, 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏, and Ursaluna. Looks like there's a potential for a Trick Room angle, but regardless, my Zapdos is so good into this team. It is my designated lead. It's pretty offensive, whilst also being very specially defensive to try and take on as many things as humanly possible on this team. The 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏 is a little bit scary. Did not face that in the one mock I did. So yeah, gonna have to play around with that. And if the Ursaluna does get the Trick Room, that's going to be a little bit scary. But we do have the Assault Vest Fish to try and deal with that as best we can. And outside of that, the 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏 and 𝗭𝗏𝗄𝗏 are very frail. May be able to just pick it off with a Sucker Punch later on. Booster Tusk looks like it could go pretty crazy. If we're able to work out what item the 𝗭𝗏𝗄𝗏 and 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏, I guess the Wake as well, are holding, but it's a little bit late, I'm a little bit tired, so the commentary's not great, I do apologise, but we'll go ahead and lock that in, and yeah, I'm excited for this one. I prepped this team a long time ago. I don't feel the most confident, but saying that, I'm not confident with this team on the best of weeks, so Hello Princess is the lead. Okay. I think it's probably fine for me just throw off a hurricane. I'm getting bad deja vu of leading into a fairy type and yeah, clicking hurricane and inevitably missing, but we do actually land this one. Okay, so that's going to do a solid 50%. It's light screen. Okay, that's fine. What's the setup option here? I'm intrigued. Maybe the Wake is DD. It could be like Iron Defense, Body Press on the 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏. I think I'm probably okay just to go for another Hurricane. What do I expect to come out here? It could be a Trick Room, could be a Baton Pass. I'll throw off another Hurricane. We're actually going to land 2 for 2 this week. We were like 0 for 4 last week, and we did get a Confusion. So yeah, we'll get to see if this is Light Clay or not. Is it going to be a Reflect? It could be a Healing Wish as well that comes out. Draining Kiss, that's potential for the para here. It's not going to do a lot of damage at all, but no static. That's fine. I think what I want to do is actually go for a Volt Switch. I'm just going to switch out into my 𝗭𝗏𝗄𝗏 on this, because you should never go for... Okay, I can withdraw. We might see the 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏 come in. Could be the bear as well. It is the bear. Okay, well that's an unfortunate turn, isn't it? Don't really switch into this mon all too well. I could just go harder at this. That's such a risky play. I think for this turn, Hurricane would probably be fine. We are going to land this as well. Christ, we are landing him all. That does 2, and they do just Blood Moon. It's going to do a lot, but we do have our Citrus Berry, which brings us back up to a reasonable amount of health. And on this turn you can't go for a Blood Moon, so I do feel like I can go out into you. Yeah, I think that should be fine. And we can see what she wants to do here. I don't love losing that much health on my Zapdos, but we do have Roost. We can attempt to get that back later. We are very specially bulky, so there's a few things that we might be able to do that on. But I think I do kind of need to just go out into the fish here. I say Hyper Voice, it's not going to do too much damage. And I can throw off Hydro Pump. It's somewhat free into this team, which is not saying a lot, but we do land the Pump as well. We are just landing everything today. And we do crit, I believe. Yes, I am so sorry for that, 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏. That is really, really bad for you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that sucks. Through light screen, there was like no world in which I ever OHKO'd that thing. But you know what? We missed 4 Hurricanes last week. Our luck is apparently... I'm not going to say it too early, but it seems to have come back around. Now, this is like a super awkward mon for her to try and deal with as well. If the 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 comes in, which I kind of assume it will, 𝗭𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏𝗏 actually. This probably goes for a Crunch if I had to guess. I could go out into my Zapdos and go for a Static, because it does nullify it immediately. I could also go into you, because you don't have as much of a role. Yeah, in fact you have very little role in general at this point. So I think I'll just use you as a mid-ground, because my Basculegion there will probably still be good for, like, Walking Wake. And yeah, there's the Crunch. That does a lot of damage. does do far more than I would have liked, but I'm going to go for a Leech Seed. I don't think you want to stay in on this, especially after I just crit you. A second one would be pretty detrimental, I feel. But that's 100% banded, which is very good to know. Not Choice Scarf, so my Tusk can just outspeed it. Doesn't appreciate a water move by any means. 𝗭𝗔𝗣𝗗𝗦. So I kind of expected this to come in. I will just go for a Leech Seed, and I'll follow it up, I think, with a Glare. How much bulk have we got on this? Is it enough to deal with an 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏? I mean, I assume at this point, probably. I will just like make sure to check though. Draco from Modest to my Superior. I'm at 253, so I have actually lost quite a bit of health, but Draco would have to get like a max roll to be able to take me out. This is not particularly a mon that I switch into all that well, so I think it's maybe better for me just to get off the Glare here. Just so I'm able to revenge this a little bit easier. It's actually physical. Interesting. Second Citrus Berry Pippin will pop off. Physical is very, very interesting. Not what I was expecting at all. But this does give me, I feel like, a good turn to go into Zapdos. Because not only can I live an Iron Head, I could also recover my health. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. If they go for an Outrage or Draco or something on this turn, then so be it. But just going to be another Iron Head. Okay, so we'll get a little bit more back, and this is not Assault Vest. And realistically, there's like without the Ursaluna, there's not too much that can break me. I will go for a Roost if she predicts this and goes for an Earthquake, then that's just a fantastic read on her part. But this is kind of my best opportunity and kind of my only opportunity. Everything else is faster, and they're going to get fully parried on that turn. I mean, you do click Glare to get the paras, but we are getting quite lucky, I'm not going to lie. And there is no good Volt Switch switching at this point. Saying that, I can also just throw off a Heat Wave. Like, Heat Wave is really looking quite free. Not necessarily into the rest of this team, but at least into this. If 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 wants to come in as well, like that could be Volt Absorb. So if it's Wind Rider, I think that's... Honestly, I've seen so little of Wind Rider, I don't really know how that would impact. That is a lot of damage. So we should be able to pick up a KO on the next turn. They go for a Rock Slide. That's not going to do a lot at all. We'll get at least like... are we going to be able to... Yeah, we will after Leech Seed. Yeah, after that Leech Seed damage, I'm sure we're going to be able to pick up a KO on this. Is that going to be best play, or can I just Roost once? No, I think I'm okay just to Heat Wave. Like, I could Roost and get myself potentially back up to full, but an Earthquake prediction on that turn wouldn't be great for me. I guess there's also, there would have been like very little downside. Yeah, starting things off pretty strong. That's going to be a dead 𝗭𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And Wake can probably come in at this point. I'm at what, 260? Walking Wake, if it's Specs, would be able to knock me out from this range. If it's not Specs, it wouldn't, but we would find that, we would get that information here. If it's Dragon Pulse, it would never knock me out. Two birds F150. What? Yep, my tired brain cannot comprehend what I am looking at right now. So if you are Choice Spectacles, you do not do enough. I can just Roost here and Scout. Discharge will certainly not do enough. That's not looking like Choice Specs at all. And I can actually just go for one Heat Wave and then Roost after. Discharge again. Yeah, that's doing well under half. And Heat Wave does over half. So I will Roost up one more time. Just need to keep this Zapdos as healthy as possible. Barraskewda should never be able to deal with my Latias. And actually, as soon as the Hatterene goes down, we're in a pretty good spot to just click Draco. I will Roost up one more time. She's just going to spam Discharge into me, that's fine. This will put me at the most potential health that I can be at. I don't think, regardless, we live a Terra Water Liquidation at any range of health. So we're going to land a Heat Wave, and that's going to be second kill. Second kill Pippin for second Zap Pippin. Man, words are just really eluding me right now. Barraskewda, do you... I mean, surely you would knock me out with... Yeah, Terra Water would in fact take me out 100% after Adamant Banded. Would I let this go at this point? It still can take a hit from Wake, but it would have to hit a Hurricane. It's just Barraskewda, Wake, and Hatterene that's left, and it's going to be the Hat that comes in. Okay, I believe the Hurricane did half last time, so I will go for it again. Hedging my bets on whether or not I hit it. We do, and we take out the Hatterene. That's going to be 3 now for Zapdos. Is the Barraskewda just not banded? Like, that crunch did a lot. It did a lot. It's going to be the Wake that comes in now. And your booster speed? Booster speed, okay. So Draco shouldn't take me out from here. I think I'm pretty happy just to go for a Volt Switch, actually. I guess she really doesn't want her Barraskewda getting paralyzed, which does make sense. But it's just going to be a Dragon Pulse. It's not going to do a great deal of damage. So I'm just going to Volt out and... I could go into my Gambit here. I think Gambit might just kind of win at this point. I will go into it. And I will click 𝗭𝗤𝗣𝗗𝗢𝗓. Do I want a Terra Fairy? I mean, you're clicking... I don't really need to Terra here. Unless you're Flamethrower. I feel like the water move comes out no matter what. I'm just going to click 𝗭𝗤𝗣. You are Flamethrower. Okay, that's good to know. It's just going to do under half. 𝗭𝗤𝗣's going to hurt. Not quite going to pick up the KO. But I will just Sucker. And that is going to be a kill for Gambit. Does Sucker actually kill a Barraskewda? Sucker would not kill Barraskewda. Does my Lati kill Barraskewda from full? Looks likely. Does look likely. If I lose Lati, then I just go out into Tusk after and pick up my kill anyway. So I will just go out into Lati here. Liquidation shouldn't 2-hit KO me from Adamant Band. And we can just click Thunderbolt pretty safely. And there's a good chance it picks up the kill. If it doesn't guarantee pick up the kill, then it doesn't pick up the kill. But there's Terra Water. So Terra Water Liquidation. It's gonna hurt. But we do need to try and preserve differential. Our differential is not good at the moment. We're looking very much like we need to win by a lot here. So I'm just going to throw off the T-Bolt, and that is going to pick up the KO. We got lucky, I'm not going to lie. This has not been a fair game because that Ursaluna should have put in far more work than it did, but we are going to win 6-0. And yeah, I would say GG to Linz, but I feel really bad for it. Make sure to go check her out though, because she is absolutely one of the most lovely people that I've ever met. If you did enjoy the battle on my half, I know it's very tired, very, I guess, shitty commentary on my part. It's never really that good anyway, but yeah, if you did enjoy the battle, please leave a like, subscribe, and until the next one, have a great day guys. Peace.